Polynomials. What comes to your mind when you think of the word polynomial? Polynomials. It is made up of two words, poly and mials. So, poly stands for many and mials many terms. So, polynomial is nothing but an algebraic expression with many terms, but of course written in a proper order. There are certain conditions to be followed. So, what will we learn in this chapter? We'll learn how to define a polynomial and its basic terminology, identifying the zeros of a polynomial and its graphical study. Meaning of a polynomial, as I told you and as you can see on the board, a polynomial is an algebraic expression. What is an algebraic expression? Let's recall. An algebraic expression is an expression or a statement in mathematics combining some variables and constants, and these variables and constants are combined using the four mathematical operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So, a polynomial is an algebraic expression consisting of multiple terms. But what is so special about the arrangement of these terms? Whenever we write a polynomial, it is always written in decreasing power of x, and the highest power determines the degree of the polynomial. So, coming to the first term, coefficients. Coefficients are the numericals which are multiplied with the variables. So, the real numbers that precedes the variable, precedes means just before the variable, that is multiplied with the variable, they are called the coefficients of the polynomial. Variables are the numbers which are multiplied with the coefficients or the letters of the English alphabet whose values are not known, whose values are not constant. Degree of a polynomial, as I told you, any polynomial is written in decreasing power of the variable, and among all the variables or among all the terms in a polynomial, if we have to determine the degree, we have to look at the highest power of the variable. The highest power of the variable determines the degree of the polynomial. As we can see in this example, here the highest power of x is 3. So, the degree of the polynomial is 3. Coming to types of polynomials. Of course, if the degrees are different, the polynomials will be of different nature. The first is a linear polynomial. As the name suggests, if we graphically represent this polynomial, it will give me a straight line. And a linear polynomial is one in which the highest degree of the variable is 1. In a quadratic polynomial, the highest degree is 2 and it is a quadratic polynomial. So, a quadratic polynomial is a polynomial of degree 2. A linear polynomial is a polynomial of degree 1. A cubic polynomial likewise is a polynomial of degree 3. Now, starting with linear polynomial, we have before us Px. Px is a function in x, a polynomial in x equal to 4x plus 8. As I told you, we write down the polynomial in decreasing power of x, the highest power being 1. And what gives rise to this constant term in a polynomial? After x raised to the power 1, we'll have x raised to the power 0, and we know x raised to the power 0 is 1. That is why we do not write a variable with the next term, and this gives rise to a constant term in the polynomial. So, here the highest power of the polynomial is 1, which means it is a linear polynomial, and from here we come to the general form of a linear polynomial. If it is a linear polynomial, obviously it will have its first term as a coefficient of x, and the second term is a constant term. The first term will always be multiplied with x because x raised to the power 1 is the variable with the highest power. So, the general form is ax plus b. Looking at a quadratic polynomial, the highest degree of the variable is 2, the second highest 1 and the third is 0. But it is not necessary that every time a quadratic polynomial will have 3 terms. It may have 2 terms also. I could have x square plus 3 also. And that is possible only when the coefficient is 0. So, when I am saying that the variables are arranged in decreasing power, it is not necessary that each and every power of the variable will be visible. Here the middle term could become 0 in case the coefficient of x is 0. But the general form of writing a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, the first term having power 2 of x, the second term having power 1 of x and the third term having power 0 of